So I actually ended up going through a rehab experience when I was in my late teens. I've been introduced to NA and AA and having a sponsor. And I actually got to a point where I was sober. I met a different person. I actually met him in recovery up in Prescott, which is a very big community, recovery community. And I started, in a relationship with him, which they obviously don't recommend. But he's a veteran, a disabled veteran. So he had been, kind of through the same things, had taken pain medication for his injury, and that's what kind of got him started down his own path. We did great in the beginning, but his injury, unfortunately, was too much for him to bear, and he went back to using pain medication. And then I had my toxic megacolon issue come into play. So now we're both, receiving pain medication scripts, and that's what started my route down, to heroin. And this substance that was not only making me physically feel better, but it was making me mentally feel better. It was covering up all the stuff that that huge hole I had in me, that from losing or voluntarily giving up my scholarship, and I had a huge issue with my parents because of that. So I felt very isolated, and now I'm taking the substance that's making me feel better, and my husband's doing it. So it's always easier when you're doing it with somebody else. And before we know it, we were in this position of not paying our bills, we were doing things that I could never see myself doing, partaking in things that just wasn't copacetic with who I was. It got to a point where we were looking at homelessness. Our marriage was an afterthought. We were lucky to even be alive at the point in our addiction at the end. My husband went to detox, and he was introduced to methadone and what a methadone clinic can provide. And he ended up going to a different methadone clinic. And I saw that he was, making these strides in his own, that he was wanting to get sober and have a different life. And I knew that if I wanted to continue to have a chance in life, or to have a chance with, my family, what little family I had left, that I was gonna have to clean up my act. And so I reached out to intensive treatment services, and I got to say, when I first got in there, my attitude and my desire to get clean and sober wasn't quite there. But luckily, my counselor and the staff, the complete staff at intensive treatment services, saw that confidence, that hope, that all of those things that an addict can't see in themselves, they saw in me. And they wanted to draw that out of me slowly and gradually get me to a point. And like I said, I was not the poster child of recovery in the beginning. I definitely struggled. But something changed along the way where it just clicked. I got one clean UA, and then I was able to get 2. And then I was able to get 3. And then before I know it, I'm 6 months in, and I've got my family back, I'm paying my bills, I'm looking at getting back into school, and really finding out what I want, what Stefanie wants, not what Stefanie's parents want, or Stefanie's husband, or the drugs that Stefanie's on thinks that she wants, but clear-headed Stefanie, what she wants. And like I said, I'd been in recovery before. I had never had somebody take the time and give me the tools, help me see that I can gain these tools of recovery. And even though that, life is going to still be difficult, because it's always beautiful in the beginning when you're sober. It's always very easy, but it's, when you realize that life is still life and it's going to be hard. I had that support. I had that, the group of people that could see what's best for me. Yes, here at ITS, see what's best for me when I couldn't see that for myself. They helped me kind of take those blinders off and see what I had in front of me, what I could use those tools to create in my life.